Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making custom painted taillights. These are DT Moto brand. I think it's DT_MOTO. I think it's $88.99 for the set. So I've already finished one. Let me show you. This is what they look like originally. Like when you first get them in the package. The package with them. Alright, so this is what it looks like. It's just black. It's got the red reflectors. It's got red LEDs up here, but it uses the stock halogen bulb for the reverse lights. But I'll probably end up just putting an LED bulb in there. I was gonna take and cut this out and just put an LED pod in here, but I just decided to put LED pods under the truck for reverse lights and then put an LED bulb in here for that. But yeah, this is what it looks like finished. I think it looks really good, but I'm gonna show y'all how to do this. I know like to get these kind of lights custom painted can be really expensive. So I'm just gonna show y'all kind of how to do this on your own if you want to, but you gotta be careful because I have broke some of these doing this. So just make sure you're super careful when doing it, and we're about to get started doing the next one. So hope y'all enjoy, and maybe this will save you some money if this is something you're interested in doing. All right, so we got the light right here. I got the oven heating up. You're gonna preheat it to 225 degrees. So once it gets there, we're gonna throw it in there for 20 minutes. Then we're gonna start taking the lens off, and I'll show you how to do that. You just want to take your time with it because you don't want to break the lens, because I could not find a way to get new lenses for these after I broke the previous ones I was working on. So I just had to get a whole new set. But we're about to throw these in the oven as soon as it finishes heating up, and we'll put them in there for 20 minutes. All right, so I got the other light in the oven, but I was going to show you. So when you take it out, you want to be kind of quick, because the sealant around the lens that's holding the lens to the housing, what you're basically doing when you put it in the oven is melting it. So you gotta hurry and try to get the lenses off before it like cools back down and like sticks back. But the biggest key here is to be patient. So I put it in for 20 minutes. So I'm gonna try to get it started and get as much as I can. But if it stops coming and like it's getting harder to take off than it was previously, just stop, put it in for another 20 minutes, and then get it back out and start going again. Because if it cools back down and you're still trying to just pull on it, you're gonna end up breaking it. That's what I did to my last pair. But just take your time. If it stops coming, you can't get it, just throw it back in there another 20 minutes. It's not gonna hurt it, and it's probably gonna end up saving you $90 unless you just want to buy another set if you break these. But you can use a screwdriver to help get it started. Just kind of like pry it a little bit, and then I usually use my fingers, just pull it off. So just use like a regular screwdriver, or if you have like a tool, like a little plastic tool to get like dash trim off, you can try that if you don't want to like scratch it with this or anything. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, and when the other light comes out, we're gonna take the lens off, and then we'll move on to the next part. Alright, so we got both of the lights done. You may be wondering why I have this light already done, but just one of them. It's because I broke the other one. So that's why I ordered this new set, but this is what the finished product's gonna look like. So I got these, both of these are done. I got them, both the lenses off without breaking them this time. But yeah, so you're gonna put them in the oven for 20 minutes at a time, and just keep pulling on it, and you just want to be careful, don't want to break it and end up like that. But just try to get the lenses off. Once you do, you can get them open like this. And what we're going to do next is we're going to go to the back, and there's some screws here. We want to undo those, and we're going to be trying to get these lights out. This whole thing will come out once you get those screws off the back. Should be 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. So go ahead and undo those. That way we can get these lights out of here so we can paint the rest of the light. Alright, so now I got the light out of the housing, but we're gonna want to paint this black part too. So what we're gonna do is flip it over, and there's all kinds of little screws. I think there's 3 in each like column here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you have the 2 holding this. I guess that's this resistor in right here. So 1, 2. So you're gonna undo those, and then the hardest part is getting this out. But you just want to take a flathead screwdriver in the back and just kind of push it up, and it'll pop out. But so go ahead and take all the screws out, and just be careful with these lights, and then just pop them out, and then we'll go ahead and get started painting the housing. Alright, so once you have all the screws out, you can take this resistor off, and then you can just pull, just be real careful and pull these lights out. Like that. And we'll lay them over, and then here is what I was talking about, where this thing's kind of hard to get out. So what I usually do, I don't know if I can do it holding the camera, but you just want to take a flathead and just kind of pry up on it. I'm not going to be able to do it videoing because I only have one hand, but you basically just want to stick a screwdriver in there and just push it straight up, and it'll pop out. And so you want to go ahead and do this for this light, then I'm going to go ahead and do it for the other light. We're going to get started painting in a little bit, but just real quick, I just want to show you some of the stuff I'm using to paint and what I'm going to do. So with this one, you can see I have the Dupli-Color color match, or the perfect match. It's the same color as my truck, and it's fine silver burst metallic. It's 926. 926L is the paint code. So there's the paint, and then I got this. This is the clear coat I used for that light, but for these next lights, I ordered this. It's Dupli-Color Shadow Chrome Blackout Coating Kit. But the only reason I really ordered it is for this. It's another clear coat that Dupli-Color makes, and this is supposed to be a lot better quality. This did fine. I mean, it looks great. It's the exact same color as my truck. It's just not as glossy as I thought it would be. So I was just doing my homework, reading, and it said this is supposed to be a lot better clear coat. It's supposed to make it a little bit shinier. But since I already bought the kit, I decided these chrome reflectors in here, I would go ahead and use this Shadow Chrome Blackout and just kind of darken this chrome up in here. And also, you can see these reflectors are really bright, and on here you can see they're really dark. But if you look at them in the light, they still reflect. I don't have a flashlight with me, or I'd show you. But at least in Alabama, you have to have 2 red reflectors to be legal. I don't know about other states. So when I made that light, I wanted to leave the reflectors red so they would still reflect and it would be legal. But I didn't want them like just super bright red like this. So what I did is I took Plasti Dip, and I just, after I painted the light, I kind of taped them off around, like I taped off around the reflectors, and just did a really light coat over the reflectors. I basically just tinted them a little bit black with the black Plasti Dip. They still reflect. You can still see that they're red. They're just darker than the other ones, but that's still legal. I just basically tinted them with Plasti Dip. So that's another option if you want to do that. I know a lot of people don't really worry about having the 2 red reflectors, but I didn't want it to be illegal. I mean, I would probably never get pulled over, but just in case, I decided I'd leave them red. But a lot of people just paint them the same color they paint the rest. And when you have it like this, you have a lot of options. I know a lot of people put like their Instagram handles on here. They put like stickers and stuff like that. So, I mean, you can paint it however you want to, custom design them however you want to. And I think I said this at the beginning of the video, but I've seen where other people cut this out for the reverse light, and they actually mount LED pods in here. You can do that as well. But I'm just going to paint this color of my truck. I'm going to darken this chrome up, and I'm going to tint these red reflectors, and that's all I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll get started painting, and I'll bring y'all along for that, and then we'll put them back together, put them on the truck, see how they look. Alright, so I have one of the lights taped off right here, but you can see on this light, I left it untaped so I can show you. I took this part of the housing out, I have them over here, and whenever, I'm going to go ahead and spray this with the black chrome stuff first, but whenever I go to spray the actual like base paint, like the perfect match, I'm going to spray just one layer in here. That way, just when I put those back on, like I'm gonna spray one coat on here with them off, and then one coat on here with them off. That way, this can just get a little bit of the paint under there. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal, but just in case, that way, like if there's like a little gap or something, or if you're able to see in there, it'll still be the same color, and you won't see the black as much. But then after I put the first coat, I'm gonna put that back on here and then spray them all together. That way, everything's even. But I'm gonna go ahead and start spraying these chrome things, and then we'll start putting the perfect match paint on there. All right, I've got the shadow chrome finished on the reflectors for the reverse lights, and so now I'm about to put the perfect match on here. I got it shook up real good. So I'm gonna spray a light coat on here and get a little bit on the inside, and spray a light coat on here. Then after that, I'll put these back in here and finish painting. Probably gonna do 3 light coats and 1 or 2 heavy coats, depending on how much I think it needs. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the first coat on there and get started. All right, I got the first 3 coats done. It looks good to me. Everything looks like it's covered evenly. There's hardly any dark spots. But I'm gonna put 1 more coat on there just in case. Then I'm gonna let it dry for 30 minutes, and we'll put the clear coat on. Then we'll let the clear coat dry, and then we'll tint the reflectors. And then after that, we'll let it dry, like the tint for the plastic dip. Then it should be good to go. We'll put it back together and get it on the truck. All right, I got the clear coat on, all the painting's done. I'm about to tint the reflectors with the plastic dip, just so you can see real quick. That's what it looks like. Paint turned out really good. So we're about to finish it up here with the plastic dip. We're also gonna do a really light coat or 2 on all the reflectors. Just get them a little bit darker than they are. Then we'll pull all the tape off and stuff, let it dry for a few minutes, and then we'll get started putting the lights back together, and then we'll let the sealant dry, and then we'll get it on the truck. All right, so there it is. We're done painting. Everything looks good. I got the reflectors tinted with the plastic dip. I put 2 very light coats on there just to kind of darken it up, but they still reflect. They're still red, still legal. So we're gonna take it inside, start getting everything put back together, and getting the lights sealed up. All right, so we got the lights inside, everything's dry. So the next thing we're gonna do is we gotta put the lights back in the housing, put all the screws back in, all that good stuff. And then once you get all that done, you want to go ahead and plug in your lights, make sure everything works, make sure all the turn signals, the brakes, and everything works before you put the lens back on. Because once we reseal it and put the lens back on, I don't know if you'll be able to get it open again, because I'm going to use black caulk. So I don't know if it has the same like melting point as the sealant that was on here before. So I'm not sure if you can reopen it after you shut it. But just make sure all the lights work before we shut it. So go ahead, put your lights back in, put all the screws back in, same way you took them out, and then get everything, all the screws put in, and then go plug it up and make sure it works. Then we'll reseal the lens back on the light. Alright, so I went and made sure the light worked. So now we're about to put the lens on, and we're going to seal it and make sure it's waterproof. Don't want any water to get in there. So I got some silicone here, some black silicone. I got it from Lowe's. I have a caulk gun. So what we're gonna do is just right here in this groove, we're just gonna put silicone in there. Then we're gonna put the lens on top. But what you'll find is that the lens isn't actually a perfect fit. So when you sit it on there, the edges won't actually seal because they'll be sticking up. So what you gotta do, or what I do, is I got some spring clamps, and once I get the lens on there, I'll put this on there to clamp it down. Alright, so I got the caulk on there. Now I'm just gotta let it dry. But this is what I was talking about with the spring clamps. I just got them clipped on the edges here, just to kind of squeeze the lens together with the housing. That way the silicone can dry with it together. That way it's not a big gap in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one. And then in the morning, once they're dry, I'll put them on the truck and show y'all what they look like compared to the old ones. And hopefully y'all like it. Alright, I got the lights done. They're all dried up. I'm about to put them on the truck. I'll show you what they look like on the truck, and we'll compare them to the old lights. So I'm going to show you how to put them on real quick, just how to install them. It's super easy. Just in case if you didn't know how to do it, it takes about like 5 minutes at the most. So let's go ahead and put one on, and then I'll show you what the lights look like. Alright, so what you want to do is there's 2 screws right here. You just want to take them out real quick. There's one. There's 2. Then the light just slides out like this. Then you want to take and twist all of these and then just pull them out. So there's the housing that's out. So now you want to go ahead and take out the top brake light and this turn signal light right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to take and plug the top in. This is your brake lights and your running lights, and then this is your turn signal. So you're gonna plug that in. Then you're gonna take the reverse light and you leave the bulb in there and just twist it. It's kind of hard to, you gotta figure out how to get it. And then you just twist it in and lock it in. And then you do the same thing with the rest of them. You just want to twist them, get them to fit and lock into place. Alright, and then come over here on this side. So then you have these 2 little clips right there. They're not really clips, but they just slide in those holes. And then you want to come back over here on this side, and you just put these 2 screws back in. Alright, so we got those. Now we'll see what they look like with the brake lights on. Alright, so we got the light on there. This is what it looks like with just the running lights. And it's got the side marker right here. And then on the old lights, this just is illuminated. Alright, now we're gonna go ahead and do the brake. You can see the top just lights up, just like that. Now we're gonna do the turn signals. Alright, so that's what the turn signals look like. You can see the bottom just blinks on the new one, and then the old one, it's just got an amber turn signal. Alright, press the brakes again. Alright, you can see if you're turning and you're pressing the brakes, the top just lights up just like earlier, and the bottom blinks. Alright, now we got the reverse lights on. You can see right there. It's pretty bright. I think it's a little bit brighter than the stock reverse light is right here. It's the same bulb. This just has a clear lens, and it's got a little bit more of a chrome finish. And we did paint this black, or with the shadow chrome. So if we wouldn't have done that, it would have been a little bit brighter because it would have been straight chrome instead of like this black chrome. But it's still an improvement over the stock headlight housing. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and put the other one in, shut the tailgate, and just show you guys what it looks like with both of them on. All right, you got the lights in on both sides. They look good. They turned out great. I'm super happy with these. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. And if this helped you any, like if this saved you some money and you decided to do this, please be sure to comment and let me know. I want to know if this helped anybody. So if you decided to do this, comment, let me know. Tell me about your truck. Tell me what color you did. And if you didn't get these exact same lights, tell me what brand you bought. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope y'all have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this helped save you some money.